What up? Good morning. Hello, Rodney. I love you, Rodney. I don't think I say that enough. I mean, I tell people to do that, but I don't think I look in the mirror enough and say I love you to myself. Yesterday I was going through it, and I didn't even realize I was like going through it. I just felt weird. And I asked myself a couple times yesterday, why the fuck? What's going on with me? You know, there's just like so many good things. Why do I feel this way? And then like I got to talking to a friend and realized, oh yeah, it's always that week leading up to every year where it just kind of hits me like a ton of bricks. And it was really good to talk that out. I get too busy trying to be like a fucking cheerleader sometimes. And I think I was thinking about it in the gym today. Why? I'd rather distract myself by helping others than really work through what's going on within myself. You know, it's like that whole, we're easy to give advice, but not so quick to take it. And then my friend said my mom's really fucking proud of me, and it just fucked me up. Like, not in a bad way. Just really helped. And I know she is. Like, I know she's up there. I like to vision that, like, she's up there, they got this well, you know, kind of like fucking Wizard of Oz. She's got this well, and I'm sitting I'm the reflection in the water. Me down here doing whatever I'm doing, and she's got her friends, and she got her peoples, and every time I do something fucking good, like get a milestone or fucking get to the top of whatever or fucking whatever, she looks over at her friends and says, that's my boy, because she used to walk me into the bingo hall and just she would just like introduce me to every single person. You know, and my mom's like 4 foot fucking 5 or whatever. So I seem tall to all of the Filipinos. I remember she bought me shoes. They were 12, size 12. I'm like, Mom, I'm not that. I know I'm your big boy, but size 12, Mom? But, you know, I didn't tell her that. And I rolled up like 2 pairs of socks, put them in front of my toes so I could wear them for her. But you know, I was thinking about like, why do I put so much stock in what certain people think about me, or what they're saying, or any of that? And not as much stock into the ones that actually talk good to me. And really the most important thing is the validation of God, my higher power, God. And I know how God thinks about me. And that like my past is forgiven. I also thought about like, I could fuck around on here and talk forever. I have. Just babble. Just get it off my chest. And so like earlier I was just trying to sit, and a couple good thoughts will creep in, and then, or will be in there, and then all of a sudden those negative thoughts will creep in. I gotta learn to be able to sit with myself. To be able to just sit with myself, and when that happens, not talk myself out of it, but control my mind to a point where when that happens, I then use those tools Because it's so much easier for me to use those tools when I'm talking out loud. And it's how I've been battling it. I can remember thinking of times where I didn't stand up for myself when I was younger, and then I can remember times when I'd be in my bed and it would just consume me, and I would try to just go to sleep, to not think about it, and I would just toss and turn until I got no sleep, and then I'd go to work, not talk about it, not say anything about it, and then that would just linger until I did something, smoke pot or whatever, something. But I think that's the way that works, right? We don't work through it, so it just sits there, and it goes from the back of my mind to the forefront of my mind, and it becomes the only focal point. I try to distract myself until I get loaded, and then I'm good, right? I think I'm off to Never Land until it wears off. And then it's just so overwhelming, but now I have that and this. Till I'm I fucking hate myself. How could I? How could you? And I think that's kind of how that went. And I would do that until I would distract myself by getting loaded again, except for by the time I got loaded again, I now added a bunch of people to that list of where I'm thinking they hate me, and maybe they're making weird looks at me, and then I'm painting that picture, creating that story, and feeling that emotion by the story I've created. And I would do it over a period of days. Try to run from it by sleeping. Couldn't run from it anymore. And then when I finally got the dope, I would feel a sigh of relief. And then I would hate myself even more. And it was just a slow build until it was just, now I don't want to be here anymore. Now I wish I would just drive my car into something. Or worse. I don't know if there's worse than that. Till I would get loaded, feel the relief, and I wouldn't even talk about it. So I just hold it in. I caught myself yesterday trying to be happier than I was. So I acted happier than I was, acted as normal as I possibly could be when I was sad and hurting inside. So, of course, then when I'm trying to be it's more if that makes sense. Two addicts helping each other is without parallel, is the saying. One addict helping another is without parallel. Where do I overcompensate when that happens? Are my acts of service too big? I went with a friend today, and in the back of my mind, I'm fuck. I'm rushing. I'm thinking, man, I'm running late. I don't want to feel like I'm running late. What kind of active service is that? And then like I do the little, you know, with the, like as we do the workout, that smile, dude, fucking lit me up inside. It's like, yeah, good job, man. Fuck yeah. It was all worth it. Like, it's like I'm willing to help until it like gets in the way. In some situations. In other situations, I will. I'll hang on the edge of a cliff. If that means somebody's comfortable with one motherfucking finger. I'm not saying that I feel like I'm hanging on the edge of a cliff. What I'm saying is that's what I would do. And yesterday, I needed support, and I got it. So how can I learn to sit there and when the negative thought comes in, calculate, oh wait, I know what this is. I know who you are. I know what you're doing. Because you ain't God. And you ain't me. Oh yeah. Trying to get me to come over, hang out with you for a minute. Every time I hang out with that, I feel worse and worse and worse. It's like diving in through reels and stuff. And I found myself yesterday just reeling it up. Reeling it up. I didn't even realize I was doing that. Realize I was doing that. Just swiping away. Scrolling away. Feeling worse and worse and worse. I learned this technique. Just watch David Goggins for like more than 45 seconds. Watch 4 of them. Just type in the word David Goggins, watch 4 of them. Go back to your reels, catch another one, watch it 4 times, and then that'll change it up a little bit. And if my feed is food, David Goggins and Stephen Furtick. Yeah, I'm throwing names out there. And I watch those for more than 45 seconds. My feed starts to get better. But if it's all, well, you know. If you know, you know. We get to control that. And the most important thing is like not doing it, right? But I mean, you know, within moderation. But yeah, yesterday I was stuck on that. What will I call this one? Reflection. So gratitudes. I'm grateful for the conversation I had yesterday. I'm grateful that I was able to identify what was going on so it didn't go into today, hopefully. I'm grateful for my recovery. I'm grateful for my clean time. And I'm grateful for this season of my life. I'm grateful for my vacation coming up. And I'm grateful that I can be there for others. Yeah. Have a good day, whoever's watching this. And maybe look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you. You're very important to me. We can do this. We got this.